International Women's Day, and I'm happy I can see so many women today. Happy International Women's Day to all the ladies here. In this golden age of globalization, digitalization and startup booms, India is clearly seeking a revolution through a women entrepreneurs. The sixth economic census released by central government shows that women constitute around 14% of the total entrepreneurship in India. Congrats to all the women. Today's women entrepreneurship do not come only from the established business families or from the higher income sections of the population. They come from all walks of life and from all parts of countries. From running sports media firm to travel agencies and construction companies to running securities and detective agencies. Women are dabbling into fields that have traditionally been the pattern of the male dominance. Today, we are here to celebrate the success of 3 women entrepreneurs who are called WomenPreneurs. We are going to hear their success stories. To start this session, may I call Sudhanva sir to start this session. Over to you, sir.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this session that we've been looking forward to for close to a month or more. Thank you, Shrilakshmi and Chayaa and Nanjappa for agreeing to do this in celebration of the International Women's Day, Women's Month. But personally, I feel that gone are the days where we have to start saying women leaders, women entrepreneurs, etc. I think it's entrepreneurs, it's business leaders. I think we've gotten to that stage. So the presence of so many of you today here means a lot to us. I also take this opportunity to welcome Vanitha Chaudhary, who will be doing the networking activity. She is welcome. She's a charter member of TiE Bangalore. So you're going to invite them on stage later. And also welcome Mrs. Lajja Surika, TiE Associate Member, who will do the introduction. And Smita Mani Patil, CEO of AppSeco, Charter Member of TiE Bangalore. Thank you for accepting our invite and being here today. Welcome to this evening, and we all look forward to a great session. Welcome all members of TiE Mysuru and invitees. Let's enjoy the evening. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, to start this session. May I call Ms. Varsha Karan, our student TiE members, to introduce our guest, Ms. Vanitha Chaudhary.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Varsha V. Karan, student member, TiE Mysuru chapter. Think like a queen. A queen is not afraid to fail. Failure is another stepping stone to success, said Oprah Winfrey. I take great pride in introducing Ms. Vanitha Chaudhary to this ecstatic event of networking. Ms. Vanitha Chaudhary is one of the first master practitioners of Geno's emotional intelligence in India. She is the founder and CEO of Radical Edge Consultants and recently Gemini. Radical Edge is a passionate organization which facilitates highest quality training, coaching and consulting services to help an individual to leap from good to great. Ms. Vanitha Chaudhary has 27 years of both corporate and entrepreneurial experience. She believes in the innate capability of leaders to become influencers, managing their emotions and being mindful. Ms. Vanitha won the Women's Super Achiever Award at the 7th World Women Leadership Congress. We welcome you.
Nice thing to hear about your own self, time and again. And that sort of tells you who you are and why you do what you do. And that also gives me a kick to get up every day morning and do what I'm supposed to be doing. Interestingly, my name Vanitha also means woman. So I don't know what my mother thought when she named me, but every day I wake up thanking her because it's immensely honored to be a woman and experience this whole journey of learnings that I've had. But also at the same time, I am not a feminist, and I strongly believe that you should be sensible enough to take help, and be smart enough to work together. So I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing without the help of my husband, who's a backbone at home, handles like Monday my son has a test. So he's completely at home taking care of him while I've travelled all the way from Bangalore and enjoying myself in Mysuru. So thanks to all you fantastic men who are present here, who are equally, open to help women and be so supportive and nice. So all the young boys I see behind as well, there's a big road ahead of you. So what I'm going to do today is two things. One is a very interesting game. And I always believe in experiential learning, because when you do it, you remember it for a very long time. So are you all ready for the game? Yes. Oh my God, that's a very poor response. Mysuru ettu salpa response kodi. Are you all ready? Yes. Really? Yes. Okay, only Shrilakshmi is shouting. That is a natural self of energy. What about you, Chayaa? Are you ready? Absolutely, alright. Now that all of you are ready, here is a game rule. This game, unfortunately, does not allow you to sit down. If you sit down, you're not going to win. So the quickest you can do is, firstly, grab a pen. Do you all have a pen? Steal, beg, borrow, in that order. I see many women have pen. You all come well prepared, I see. What about the men? Where are pens? Oh, fantastic. You honestly need to have a pen. Where do you have a pen? Yeah, that's very nice. We have arranged for some pens. So, quickly, can all of you grab a pen? Shri, you have a pen? I think they're great. Varsha, a pen for Shrilakshmi and Chayaa too. You need a pen? I think there's... Can you just give a pen to this gentleman, please? Here, for Chayaa as well as Shri. Yeah, I think it's here. Oh, you have one? So for all the aspiring entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs, pen is mightier than a sword. You better have one all the time with you. Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know about the paper part, but pen 100%. You can even write something when an idea strikes you any time. And in psychology we say, think, ink, sink. Not S-I-N-K, S-Y-N-C. So think, ink, it sinks. So now you know, I come from 70s school, right? I was born there. So my teachers used to make us write imposition. Cleanliness is next to godliness 100 times. I now realize why. It's think, ink and sink. So it's become my OCD. The cleanliness has become my OCD now. But actually it's a good idea to write and hold the pen always. You don't know when ideas come in anytime. So now that all of you have pens, is there anybody on the back benches who don't have a pen? Do all of you have a pen, pencil? You don't have one? So how do you plan to play the game? That's a good one. Alright. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is, please may I request all of you to stand up. And I need help of Mahesh and... No, I have and greet. So one of the first things I realized working in the corporate, and I used to travel around almost 9 to 12 countries to go and train leaders. And one of the things I realized is, irrespective of where you come, the first thing which strikes a chord is a beautiful smile. You can just smile at someone and you can initiate a conversation. And as entrepreneurs, we have no choice but to get connected to people. So here is a fabulous opportunity for you to do it. The only condition is, you cannot, like for example, I cannot take this sheet and only go to Chayaa and say, Chayaa, what all you are doing in this? Sign it here. No, we can't do that. I need to go to Chayaa and say, Chayaa, tell me one thing you do in this. Take her signature here. You can put your initial, no need a full signature. Then I go to quickly to Shri and say, Shri, what do you do here? So anyone in the room who gets the full bingo sheet of signature Alright, in 10 minutes time. Now you cannot cheat. You cannot cheat. You need to have different people sign on different things. For example, it has have a franchisee business. Do you have a franchisee business? Sign there. If you're not, then run to other people. So the more you run and find from other people, get signature, there is a gift. Yeah, we don't do anything free. So she's so happy. Anu says, thank God. Alright. So are you all ready? Okay? Yes, please. Not at all. Not at all. I told you, you're the big backbone supporters. You're most welcome. So it's meet and greet for everyone. And the whole idea is to know another person a little more than we think we know. I might meet Chayaa every day, maybe on business, but I wouldn't even have checked up on a little bit about her hobbies, or I know Shrilakshmi for now more than 3 years. Honestly speaking, do I know everything about her? Well, no, but there's so much more to find out. So this is a bingo sheet. These are some things in this. Quickly move to many people. That's the whole idea of the game. Alright? Are we ready? Please, can you give one sheet each to everyone? What you need to do is you need to make signature or sign, initial on the data. So your time starts now, 10 minutes. Yes, run fast. won the full bingo. Please remember, you have 25 questions to go and ask somebody next time you talk. It's simple. Use the sheet, whatever point, convert it to a question. So you have 25 conversation starters. So next time you meet someone, you can say, well, how many business have you started? How many businesses have you failed? Did you have a competitor? So there are so many questions that you can use. But before we go ahead, let's announce the winner. We really have a full bingo sheet and not one. 6 of them came running, but it's just a matter of who ran to me first. And that was Laja. Please give her a big round of applause. Please come here, Laja. You've got to get your sheet and come. So now I'm going to ask her who's So now you see I'm answering your question. Alright, which was the most interesting thing that you found out?
Honestly, I'm very new but I first ran to the Colonel Sir and I was wondering and I was trying to give him ideas, but interestingly, he chose one stop scale. I was not expecting.
Wow, what's your name, sir? Colonel Ravi. What a beautiful thing. And now I know why you're eternally looking younger. Because Henry Ford said, you never grow old when you learn. And every time you learn, you look a lot younger. What a beautiful thing to sign. Wants to upskill. And this is fantastic. And this is a fabulous thing for all the, newer students. We have quite a few of them sitting. And thank you, Laja, for bringing it. By the way, there is a gift for you and I really meant it. So you get 1 hour coaching with me, Ravi, on emotional intelligence. Alright? So let's give her a big round of applause. I will take your details so we can have a call sooner. Fabulous, thank you so much. Something that I strongly believe always is your network is your network. And especially if you're aspiring to be an entrepreneur, the young students behind, and the people here who are already entrepreneurs, it's never enough to have X number of contacts. And especially my lovely women here, right from the auto guy, a rickshaw guy, to a vegetable vendor, to a milk vendor, we need to have network with everyone because we need to get the things done. So networking is just not about business contacts. You really need to have strong connect as much as possible. And today's topic is all about that, the rise of womenpreneurs. It's only because of our connect. I think quintessentially, women are born entrepreneurs. I still remember, I come from a very traditional Telugu family. And I still remember my Nanamma, that is my dad's mother, who was an entrepreneur in her own right in that day. The handling of money to running different ideas to save more money that she can take care of her 9 children was outstanding. So today, wherever I'm standing, of course, the various learnings in colleges and corporate life help you, but fundamentally, rootly, if you go, it's all in the family. So today, as we are going to learn, you're also going to listen to some fantastic stories from Smita, Chayaa and Shri. Everything is a learning that we all can become better. So I'm going to invite you to really get into that mode of grasping more and many as possible. So when we have our break or when we talk, don't get into group, but rather get connected. And we are here for a purpose. Smita and I and Devyani, we 3 of us have traveled from TiE Bangalore with a reason about we are going to have this women's pitch fest coming up, and we really want the women from Mysuru to aspire to be there and pitch and grow bigger, scale your businesses. And we are here to help you to learn, pitch, win, grow, travel, whatever possible. So Smita and I are available post the event. Please connect with us to know more, and we would really encourage you to connect with us to get to know. And of course, the Mysuru chapter will 100% help you get there as well. Now, before I give the mic for the other one, as you all know, I believe in emotional intelligence, not because I talk about it or it's my business. I really truly live it. So before we get into learning from another level, I thought it's a great idea that we do something wonderful. So how about I request all of you to put both your feet onto the floor. Sit straight. Feel your back, like your backbone should sort of pinch. That's straight. Okay? Feel your feet on the floor. So come ahead. Come ahead. Yes, please. Feel keep both your feet on the floor and gently close your eyes. If you have your bag, phone, whatever, keep it on the table and just keep your hands free. And gently close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, feel the various designs which are popping in your eyes. Listen to the various music that you're listening, either a ringtone of a phone or an AC's buzz or a mic sound. Be in this moment. And if you have the urge to open your eyes, gently tell yourself, let me be in this moment, and close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, I want you to focus on your breath. Are you breathing from your chest? Or are you breathing from your belly, your diaphragm? Where is your breath coming from? Where are you breathing from? And now, gently start breathing from your belly. Take a deep breath, feel it. You can even keep your hand on your belly and feel it going up and down. And as you breathe in, fill thoughts of positivity. And remember to breathe in with your nose and breathe out through your mouth. And it should be like a cooker whistle. Let's do it together. 3, 2, 1. Let's take a deep breath in and breathe out through your mouth. Another time, breathe in and breathe out through your mouth. One last time, breathe in from your diaphragm, breathe in and breathe out through your mouth. And yeah, as you are in this moment, what is that one thing you're grateful for? Why does this moment become so special and important? If you have to thank, and if you're grateful, what is that one thing you're grateful for? Keep thinking about it. Breathe in, breathe out. And as you're grateful for whatever in your life, ask yourself the reason you are here. Hold on to that thought. Hold on to that thought of why you're here. And now, breathe in and breathe out, gently and slowly. Be kind to yourself. And take both your palms together. Rub it. Get the warmth. Keep it on your eyelids. And open your eyes into your palm. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I think this one thing helps me as a woman because I'm not only a business, I run 2 companies, I travel the world. I have a teenage son, and you can imagine the hormonal changes at home. And it's not funny, she knows. So, and I've got to take care of elderly parents. It's so much in a day's job. What really helps me connect is a simple meditation, anytime, all the time, anywhere. Just breathe in, breathe out, calm yourself. You can also add any words. For example, I always, when I breathe in, breathe out, I add words in my mind saying I breathe in positive, I breathe out negative. If you believe in any particular God, you can say, I breathe in that God and I breathe out darkness. Whatever you all want, which makes you very strong, and that gives you an amount, or like I breathe in success, I breathe in, lose out, whatever it is, it's going to help. So add words when you're breathing in, breathe out. It gives you immense power and strength in your body. You can actually feel it, the vibration. So keep this, we need it for the evening. And please enjoy yourselves. And thank you so much for giving me the opportunity for being here and doing this for you. Thank you.
It was really, really nice to get connected. Like when you started the session, most of were not knowing each other. Like just grabbing the signature was the main target for us. But it was really nice. Thank you so much. May I call Mr. Nagaraj and Dr. Mahesh sir to let us know about the TiECon.
This is Desiraju, and I'm the chair for this year's TiECon. And this is Dr. Mahesh Rao, who will be co-chairing TiECon Mysuru. And many of you were there in the last meeting as well. I think we had just briefly introduced that we are going to be having TiECon 2023. We had not worked on the specifics, and today is an update on that. We will not take too much time because we are already running behind schedule. Before that, what I would like to do is like to invite the President Sudhamma out here to quickly release the website that we have done. And once that is done, we will walk you through the agenda very quickly and then tell you the specifics. All right. No, this is not the one.
Wrong button.
Anyway, just press any button there. We understand that TiE Bangalore doesn't have TiECon of their own, so you are more than welcome and expected to join TiECon Mysuru. We are going to be doing it for both of us. We have half a day session on the first day, 14th, and we have the complete full day session on the 15th. And we have lined up a series of extremely eminent speakers, whether keynotes or whether panel discussions, or whether my story sessions. We've got a very exciting lineup of people coming and sharing their wisdom and thoughts with us on both the days. So we have on the first day, apart from the keynotes and a few sessions, we also have award ceremony, and like the last time around, we have this tradition of actually giving out lifetime achievement awards for extremely successful entrepreneurs in Mysore who have contributed a lot to develop their own businesses, and also have had a rub-off effect on the rest of the industry in Mysore as well. So this time around, we will be felicitating Mr. K.V. Ganapati, who is the entrepreneur who founded the Startup Mysore, an extremely popular evening here in Mysore. We will also be felicitating Mr. Abbas Awal, the doyen of the wood industry out here, and we will also be felicitating Mr. B.R. Pai. This is on the 14th evening, and we will have a keynote by Dr. Ajay Kumar, who is the chairman and head of and the founder of HCG, also a Mysorean, incidentally. We will have a lot of other eminent people joining us. Mahavir Sharma from TiE India Angels. We have Prashant Prakash, Access Partners, coming in, sharing his thoughts, and also the most recognizable and extremely articulate Charu Sharma, who is going to be coming and sharing his thoughts. This is on the 14th. On the 15th, we will have another extremely formidable lineup of speakers, starting with Mohandas Pai. Mohandas Pai is going to deliver the first keynote on the 15th morning, followed by the brand guru, Harish Bijur, who is going to share his wisdom on how to build a brand and brand your company beyond the small niche of being in Mysore. We will have Sanjeev talk about KDEN and what they are doing, and the Beyond Bangalore initiative that they have. We have Mr. Ramesh. We will be felicitating Mr. Ramesh Kannan, as well as we are going to be hearing from him. He's one of the first companies, probably the first company going public, and he has set a wonderful example for the rest of the people to follow. So we are going to be talking to him. And then we will have a panel discussion with three eminent entrepreneurs, Umakant Soni, Ishwar Vikas, as well as Saustal Chakrabarti. We will have a panel discussion with these three entrepreneurs. And then the My Story segment is going to feature two women entrepreneurs, One is Ms. Savita Malappa, Mysuru, and we have Ms. Shravani Pawar coming from Hubli and sharing her entrepreneurship journey. This will be the My Story segment. We have a wonderful human story in Mr. Shekhar Nayak, who used to be the captain of Indian blind cricket team, coming and talking about the terrains that he had to go through and the challenges that they have overcome to become extremely successful in the journey that he has chosen. And we'll be finally featuring the ever popular Shraddha Sharma, the founder and CEO of Your Story, as well as we will have the final keynote address by Mr. S. Gurumurthy, the ideologue of RSS and BJP, and currently the board member of RBI. So this is the star-studded panel that we have lined up for you, ladies and gentlemen. So please mark your calendars. And the theme this year is sustainability, scalability, and sustainability, which is really the main challenge that most of our businesses are grappling with right now. And you can take a lot of wisdom from that. And
please register. Those who are TiE members, it is free registration. Those who are not TiE members, for those who are not TiE members, there is a fee, and that is for both the days. So for those who are TiE members, it's free. Charter members, associate members, even if you are in some other chapters, it's okay. It's all linked with your whatever the TiE email ID which you have. That email ID you have to register with, and that will be free. If you are not a TiE member, you have to pay, and that's what it is. So for the 2 days, and there will be a networking dinner on 14th, followed by all the keynote and everything. On 15th, there will be lunch and high teas. So 15th, we will complete by around 5:30, 6 o'clock. Okay. So for those from Bangalore, you can return back. Thank you.
Just a brief mention about the various committees that are at work right now, and you will obviously some of the other committee members will reach out to you for your help and support. We have sponsorship committee. Bhaskar Kallale is taking the lead on that. We have the registration committee that Ashwin Rajgopal is leading. We have the venue and arrangements committee that is right now being looked at by Mahesh Rao, which will transition soon to Vidya Shankar. We will have the transport and logistics committee being headed by Manish Salia. We have the food and beverages committee being looked at by Ali Waq. And we have the media publicity promotions being looked at by Pramod. And the hosting and reception committee, Venkat is leading it right now. And the felicitation committee itself is being led by Sabrisha out here. And we will need a lot of support from the charter members as well as the associate members in pulling this off. It's obviously an event that requires a lot of hands and feet on the ground. So the committee members will be reaching out to you. Please volunteer to help out as much as you can. And those of you who want to actually showcase certain products that you might have, we might be planning a goodie bag for all the delegates. So those of you who have businesses who want to showcase your products, services, or whatever else, and wish to contribute for the goodie bag, please get in touch with Shankar Prasad and Ashwin. You're looking into that, I suppose. Right? Yeah, okay. So please get in touch, and we can take it forward to see where we go from there.
They will also reach out to you to make sure that we can contribute something into that. Yeah, sponsorship is Mahesh, along with Bhaskar.
All right, so that completes the updates. So we will do our rerun of the website launch. We will
Second time, yeah. Are you sure? Yeah.
Take a look at our website and please do register at the earliest. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Nagaraj and Mahesh sir, I think we can have the maximum attendees. Hoping for the maximum attendees. May I call Ms. Lajja Sulekha to introduce our first womanpreneur, Ms. Chayaa Nanjappa.
Good evening all. By now, because everyone knows that I'm Lajja. I'm very new to Mysore and also to TiE. I'm an associate member. It's my honor to get the opportunity to introduce one of the speakers, Ms. Chayaa Nanjappa. You're looking very pretty, ma'am.
Chayaa is the founder of the brand Nectar Fresh and Naman. The brand Nectar Fresh was set up at the lowest phase of her life from scratch, without a mentor or guidance or experience in the field to what it is today. She is an award-winning first-generation rural woman entrepreneur with her experience spanning all nuances of food production from farm to fork. Her brand Nectar Fresh is a unit that is a Khadi and Village Industries Board-backed rural enterprise that has been empowering the rural and tribal folk as well as the small farmers. Her wide spectrum in understanding agriculture, food processing and marketing has resulted in successful amalgamation of farmer producers, food industry and consumers. A key stakeholder in the system is also a pocket of tribal population engaging in honey collection. Chaya's commitment to learning micro details in the supply chain and allied sciences has helped power the business she established from a small startup to an internationally reputed unit presently. Her contribution to the industry acknowledged with deep respect interdependence within all areas of food production. Nectar Fresh is currently one of the major buyers of tribal honey from the country. Chaya's unique innovation in packaging portion-defined products in high-quality packaging material and bottles has reclaimed the Indian presence in the market, ousting the monopoly of international players for the past 2 decades. With an intention to get additional source of income for small farmers, Nectar Fresh has now diversified into many other agro-based food products. Since the brand Nectar Fresh is almost synonymous with the word health and wellness, it has launched natural jams, natural coffee, locally grown superfoods like chia seeds, flax seeds, apple cider vinegar, mother vinegar, and high-quality spices, with an intention to support the farmers from across the country. She is a prestigious member of the National Bee Board, and with the courage of conviction that Chayaa leads in her commitment to excellence, she is taking broad strides to taking the Indian food industry with her team, that is the tribal honey collectors, small farmers, and her undereducated and unskilled workforce from rural India to higher heights. All her products are currently meeting the best of international standards and takes forward the Make in India mission quite successfully. Of course, she has been recognized for her work with numerous awards and honors, the most prominent one being the winner of the CNBC Women Entrepreneur Award 2014. She was the speaker of the Indian Science Congress on implementing technologies acquired by R&D labs. She's been a resource person for major prestigious events and conferences by APO Japan, South Asian Women Development Forum, as well as Regional Economic Cooperation Conference in Afghanistan. She has also been privileged to chair the session Inspiring Women at the World Hindu Congress in Chicago. She was also chosen by the Export Council of Australia and Foreign Affairs and Trade amongst a few women from Asia for a special training program on scaling up the business. That's quite a lot. She's currently member president of Association of Business Women in Commerce and Industry and has also been the winner of the prestigious Women Transforming India Award by NITI Ayog for the year 21-22. I'm quite tired, doesn't look like you are. Her brand Nectar Fresh has been the first brand in India to be using the women-owned logo of We Connect. Her new venture Naman could be one of the first ventures of Atmanirbhar Bharat post-COVID. It could be one of the biggest outlet for eco-friendly, sustainable tribal and rural artisans products from India. Naman is looking at creating a domestic and international market for these products with intentions to empower the tribal and rural folk. Last but not the least, Chayaa is also a lone philanthropist who is working for the underprivileged sections of society. And this one is from me, since you touched upon the meaning of your name. I think Chayaa means shelter, and I think the rest is for the audience to understand. Thank you so much.
Our student TiE member to introduce our second woman entrepreneur, who is my very good friend, and she doesn't need any introduction actually. But Deepali is here to introduce.
Everyone present here. I'm Deepali Singh, student member TiE Mysuru. Honored to introduce Dr. Shrilakshmi Desiraju, co-founder and CEO of AA Products. Dr. Shrilakshmi Desiraju has completed her Bachelor of Science, Master of Science, Master of Philosophy, PhD from Vikram University, Ujjain, Madhya Pradesh. She has done her MBA from University of Alberta, Canada, and having 2 postdoctoral fellowships. She is a techpreneur with a background in biotech, specifically in the field of probiotic technology commercialization. She firmly believes that purpose is greater than any one individual, a value that is deeply ingrained in her. The biotech and deep tech industries are high risk, requiring substantial capital to even conceptualize the process. Dr. Desiraju has persevered through numerous challenges, including licensing, setup and infrastructure costs, capex expenditure, high working capital, and regulatory hurdles. Dr. Desiraju's journey with Triphase Pharmaceuticals is a story of an individual who defied the odds to become a techpreneur of a company with a US, Canadian, and European patent for eliminating the cold chain in the probiotics industry. A groundbreaking feat that offers significant cost saving for a probiotic industry. This startup is driven by a passion to create impactful products in a country primarily known for their services or generic products. Her unwavering pursuit of new goals is her greatest asset. Dr. Shrilakshmi Desiraju's new venture, AA Probix, is focused on contributing the science of probiotics to both human and animal nutrition, specifically aquaculture. This new initiative recognizes the importance of One Health, ensuring that coexistence of plants, animals, and humans are equally balanced. She has also received many honors and awards. She was featured in the Global Innovation Group. She was invited as task force member for B20 Innovation, R&D and Research for G20. Dr. Shrilakshmi Desiraju has published 18 research papers. Her tenacity, strength, and mental fortitude have made her a woman of grit. We welcome you, ma'am. Thank you.
It's now my absolute pleasure to introduce our third woman entrepreneur, Ms. Smita Malipatil. Smita Malipatil is the CEO of AppSeco, a specialist application and cloud security company. With over 20 years of experience in technology and management, spread across enterprise and startup, Smita Malipatil has a deep understanding of what it takes to run a successful business. And startups. Smita has a deep understanding of what it takes to run a successful company in this hyper-digital world. A successful entrepreneur in her own right, Smita was the founder of one of the UK's leading digital production agency for 7 years before it was acquired by a leading UK PLC in the communication sector. She is also an alumni of Harvard Business School and a self-proclaimed geek and expert in the offshoring and outsourcing sector. In this era of digital innovation and remote work, Smita aspires to provide leadership to enterprises and top quality startup with global ambitions on how to win a global workforce. She is also passionate about mentoring women and encouraging them to lean in to take ownership of their work life. Over to you, Smita.
Introduction. Not entirely sure if all of it is mine, but lovely to see everybody at TiE Mysuru. I'm a charter member in TiE Bangalore for a few years now. Also a member of KDEM for Hubli. And I know there's a slight co-opetition between Hubli and Mysuru, but I'm happy to be here and thank you all so much for spending your Saturday night here in this exciting party space that we have. So lovely to see the associate members, the charter members and the students as well. And I can't tell you how nice it is to see as many women as there are here, as I would see in Bangalore. So well done, Mysuru. And thank you very much. You all have heard the bios of the two amazing entrepreneurs over here. But I'm so excited to be here and ask questions. I know Shri from before. Chayaa, I spoke with you earlier this morning. You have a stunning CV. Your biodata, I think, exhausted when she was speaking about it. And I read your bio as well, and I was quite impressed with it. especially because you come from, a non-urban space. And I know how hard it is. I've run companies abroad, I've run companies in India, and it's never easy. It's not easy in a small town, it's not easy in a big town, but it's that much harder in a smaller town than it is in an urban context. And one sentence in your bio really caught my eye. I will read it out. It said, the brand Nectar Fresh was set up at the lowest phase of her life, from scratch, without a mentor or guidance or experience in the field, to what it is today. I really want to know more. Would you be okay sharing some more insights into that sentence?
Namaste everyone. Well, maybe today I shall speak from my heart. And the question you asked, well, I had to discontinue my studies pretty early, maybe soon after my 12th. Those days, you never asked your parents, you just listened to them. And since we are celebrating a Women's Day event, I thought, let me share my journey. So after I discontinued my studies, I was a mere homemaker, passionate about cooking, gardening, and housekeeping. After 13 long years, when I had a very big down in my life, I had two options. Either to be dependent on my parents or stand up for myself, empower others, and do something on my own. I chose the second option. So that is when it was a big step for me. I owe my growth to my mother. It was she who said, you can and you will make it. So at that lowest phase, I lost my father. I was the only child of my parents, having everything on a platter. And I also feel we women should never wallow in self-pity. It's only the positive aspects that you think in life that gives you the inner strength. And all of us have it in us. And someone who never even had the confidence to sign a check. So that's where my journey started. And that is why I said Nectar Fresh was started at the lowest phase of my life.
Thank you so much for sharing it. I know it's quite intimate to you, but it's also, I think, resonates with a lot of people here and people you are probably meeting in life at the lowest phase, and you can only go uphill from where you are there, right? So I think it's a great, opportunity in adversity that, most people should be encouraged to take. And this is what is brilliant about this country and generally entrepreneurs as a whole. We have Chayaa, who had to discontinue her studies, and then we have the exact opposite. Shrilakshmi, you all have heard. She has a bachelor's, a master's, a second master's, and then she's done a doctorate. She's done 2 postdoctorate fellowships, and then an MBA. To me, that's a chronic academic, right? So somebody who loves to learn. Like, oh, I don't want, to go out and it's just about figuring out, the truth in things, really, in science, that's what it is. So Shrilakshmi, tell us, how did you go from studying, and this compulsive, need to study more to becoming this doer? Because Shrilakshmi is since then, she's been unstoppable. In Canada, she's sold. She's come to India and she's sold. She started Triphase and she's sold. And she continues to sell, and she made me eat all her gummies that she's making today. So I know she's a great salesperson. Tell us how you went from being the academic to this stellar entrepreneur that you are today.
First and foremost, thank you so much, TiE Mysuru. It's an absolute pleasure and humbling experience to sit in front of you and talking, rather than being on the other side and listening. So thank you very much for this opportunity. Hello. So for me, when it came to studies, it was nothing exceptional I was doing. I was born to parents who were professors. So I had no choice but to study. They would not leave me alone. So you can imagine that there was nothing else I could do but study. And the worst, come from a tier 2 town or a tier 3 town, that is not, it's nothing wrong coming from those towns, but you can't even bunk classes because somebody or the other would have known you, you lived there for 35 years, and somebody or the other would have known you and they would tell your parents, "Aaj Shrilakshmi nahi aayi." And that was a bigger humiliation. So, it was better to study than to be doing nothing. This is where the study part comes, Smita. But I think coming from a tier 2 city or a tier 3 city, we do not get that much of exposure what you get from the bigger cities or the even opportunities. For us, it was from KG, nursery KG to 12th, and after 12th you were to do only either engineering or medical. And if you did not clear in one of those, basically you were given a name that you are no good. Nice of people, they wouldn't tell you on your face, but definitely they will make you feel that. So first year, when after 12th, 11th, we had 11th then, and I gave in medical exam entrance and I got into dentistry. And so I said, "Whoa, very good. I can try one another time and maybe I'll get into the medical actually as a doctor." And the very fact that I wanted to become a doctor was not because I wanted to become a doctor. This is the lady thing. I wanted to walk in the hospital on heels making tuck, 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 tuck sound. That was my real inner feeling for becoming a doctor. Nevertheless, next year when I gave my medical entrance exam, I ended up not even getting dentistry. I ended up getting veterinarian sciences. And believe me, if I had done that, today I would have been minting more money. But nevertheless, my mom simply said one line, "Ghoda doctor banegi." And that was the end of my medical career. So, if I did a PhD or a postdoc, it wasn't something new. It was basic because both the parents were professors. They were PhD themselves. They had people doing PhD under them. So I think I had nothing else, nothing more to do except do this much bare meaty or bare basics. And that's how I did all what I did.
Fantastic. So how did you go from that to running two very successful companies? And I'm already making your second company successful because I've been there and I know it's well on its way there.
So there is another element of me which I can admit maybe today. I am very, very finicky if I don't have the next goal. I'm not a very happy person. People around me are even worse because I make their lives miserable. So I think that is one reason. And again, it comes back to the same thing. When you are in a small city, you do not get many opportunities. So whatever comes in your way, you tend to grab it. You don't let it go. So this is where I was in Canada and I was working for one of the biggest companies. I was working on Pfizer projects. And when I was working on Pfizer projects, finally after 8 years or 9 years, my mornings and evenings were all predictable. And when the mornings and evenings were predictable, I started getting bored again. So I said, what more can I do? And there were such beautiful, interesting specialization that University of Alberta in Edmonton offered that I could go and do my MBA there in technology commercialization. So I might not understand all the technologies. If you tell me how to do gene splicing, I wouldn't know. But at least I would know what is gene splicing and how do I get commercial aspect of it or applications out of it. Same thing happened in Triphase. I started as a service industry, but then I quickly moved into the product industry because probiotics were just picking up in North America, and I realized that there is more than required that I can do in this area because the biggest market pain of probiotics, that is your gut bacteria, and thanks to COVID, we know a lot about it now. Those gut bacteria had to be kept into the temperature of 2 to 8 degrees, and the simplest example is mushroom. You keep mushroom outside, even in these days, it goes bad. But the same mushroom you keep it in the fridge, it stays for 7 days. Dosa it too, idli it too, all those things start to sing. So I realized this is the market pain of probiotics and started working in this area.
Interesting. You must have settled in Mysuru because without TiE Mysuru, I might have settled here. Sorry about it, but poor joke, it's a Saturday night. But that's really interesting. I think the takeaway from that for me is, you need to have a curious mind, right? I think that's essential for every entrepreneur. Anybody wanting to run a business or being in an entrepreneurial role, I think curiosity and being, not satisfied with what you have is really the driver to running a business. And for you students out there and parents of children who are excited and excitable and curious, they do not have ADHD, they're future entrepreneurs, so please encourage them. Let them go to specializations that are available in India, not available in India. I think, tech commercialization is a fantastic space because everything is technology related. And not necessarily IT tech. I think, it's general tech, deep tech, health tech, all of these things. I think tech commercialization is a great space to be in. And anybody in the education space or, looking to do something, that's absolutely nice space to be in. And because you said COVID, it reminded me of, my conversation with Chayaa in the morning. And what Chayaa mentioned is that based out of Mysuru, which is not on the international map apart from Goa, yoga of course. She's working with rural women, tribal women, dealing with products, with Nectar and now Naman. And despite COVID stopping everybody in their tracks, you mentioned that your business has grown and become known, internationally as well. How did you manage at a time when everybody is struggling to come to terms with what's going to happen tomorrow? Is my business even going to survive? How did you manage to get over that doubt and achieve profits and success?
Well, each one would have a different perception pertaining to business. And me and my husband, we believe that for an organization's growth, it is about maintaining consistent quality and business ethics can take your brand to the heights that you have never thought of more than sales and marketing. This is my personal experience, and this is what I feel and attribute for our success during the COVID phase. What happened was, since around 1,500 tribals and small farmers are dependent on us, be it on honey or the jams that we prepare without preservative, color or flavor, or the apple cider and mother vinegar, or the superfoods, or coffee, or now cashews and raisins from small farmers. So I requested the government whether I could continue sourcing their products because they were already in such a situation during the COVID where they truly needed support. After the approval, we sourced the raw material or their produce from them, and this is where our consistent quality helped us. This helped the brand grow during COVID, and I want to personally believe that was the reason I was chosen for the Women Transforming India Award last year. That was
That's amazing. And again, when I went through your bio, the number of awards, the number of global associations that you're part of, resource people from Australia to Afghanistan. It's amazing how you've managed to gain so much global recognition and prominence. How did you manage from Mysore to get to there? And I'm looking for lessons for everybody, because as women we are naturally reticent. I think generally as Indians we're a little reticent, unless you're from the north of India, sorry. But for women to then, to talk about themselves and the companies and to go out and network is a big deal. It's an effort that we don't really make, even though we can make it. How did you manage to do that, and what tips and tricks do you have for the others looking for global, reach and connect?
I personally feel I think it's not about me feeling so, but it's a fact that women from rural India have too many challenges. Not just women, any entrepreneur for that matter, in rural part of the country, especially those into social entrepreneurship like us, because we have logistics, procurement of raw materials, the skilled workforce, and even marketing is a major challenge. And we don't get be it the awareness or the subsidies or the schemes of the government of India can never be capitalized also. Because either we are working with them, and I think my husband has gone bald and I've gone completely grey because of it. It's a nightmare running a social enterprise. But overcoming all challenges and succeeding gives a lot of satisfaction. And when you asked how the global recognition came, recognition in India for rural, I would say, entrepreneurs, especially in the social sector, it is very hard. Generally, countries like Australia, Japan, they do a complete due diligence. When they do that, it is organizations who are walking their talk which will come into notice. When you walk your talk, when you really do high quality manufacture, high quality products, I want to believe we got noticed because you name the biggest brand in India, maybe 7 to 8 of them, they all procure their products from us. It is our brand name behind their labels that got us the recognition globally, and only after that I thought the recognition came in Bharat. So it started from abroad, and that is where much later people in India got to know. And then I was the first woman to be using the women-owned logo of one of the most powerful organizations in the world, We Connect. Anyone can become a member, but to use the logo, you have to pass the very stringent audit, the process audit, as well as the social ethical audit. It could be from Intertech or I would say TUV Germany. You know how hard it is to pass these audits, but to make it pass in rural India involving the unskilled and undereducated workforce is such a hard work, but let me tell you, the satisfaction is enormous. That is where, with their due diligence and things like that, we got our recognition.
Thank you, Chayaa, for sharing that. Shri, you've gone a long way with international recognition as well, and in India as well. And I know it's been a long journey for you. Do you remember a time when you had been so discouraged that you wanted to quit? Has there ever been a time like that?
No.
No? Oh, that's great.
It has never come to me in that way that I would quit. In fact, as I told you earlier also, if I don't have the next big goal, I'm more problematic. So I never had that issue. In fact, if there were problems, it was good. I was using my brain. Otherwise, because I'm a very system person, I'm a very procedure person. So whether be home or be office, everything is under system. If my wife has to tell me, she has to give me a list at the end like today morning, that these are the items which are required in the house. Same way in the office, also every system is in place. So when the systems are in place and when things move smoothly, you don't have anything to do. And then what do? You get bored. So I don't think ever it happened that I would like to quit. I took an exit from Triphase when I couldn't see anything more I could contribute to.
Right.
Triphase had come to one stage where it had to be taken further up by the people who knew how to scale it. I was not in a position to scale it because for scaling of a biotech product, you required 40 to 50 crores. And so my investors, they came as a joint venture partner. They invested in Triphase, but they also put together a manufacturing and sales. 10% of that sale was to come back to Triphase. Unfortunately, COVID hit. And because of that, the further progress in the R&D was not happening.
Right.
So that is when, rather than sitting and collecting my checks, I said, this is not what I want to do for the next 10, 12 years. I still have some life left and I think I can do something. That is when I quit. But I don't think if problems are there, I'm a quitter. If there is everything smooth, then I get bored very easily.
Yeah, and this is so true. Where I constantly, in my spare time, listen to podcasts and read books about entrepreneurs, and if there's one thing that I have seen as consistently happening with all of them, it's that they never quit. They just keep trying till they succeed, right? So that I think is one of my takeaways from analyzing and listening to entrepreneurs. And we've got Shri sharing the same information. Thanks, Shri. Vanita, who you all met, one of the charter members from Bangalore, quotes Shri as her mentor. And so my question back to Shri is, how important how important is it to have a mentor in your growth as a business person or a leader?
Mentor is something that I made a habit right from the time I started Triphase. Mentors are the people who will not bring business to you. Mentors are the people who will tell you what not to do. And it's very important for you as an entrepreneur to have a mentor who will simply tell you, don't do this. Because then whatever
my mother, sorry, it sounds like my mother.
Maybe it came from my mother. But this is where you don't lose time. Because when you know what not to do, then whatever you are doing is the right thing. You have a puddle of water, whether it is a small puddle and you can jump and get out of it, or whether it is a deep black hole, is something a mentor tells you. So anybody who is into entrepreneurship, take this with a pinch of salt or a lot of sugar. You need to have mentor right from day one you are trying to do business. If anything else, it will not affect your business. It's like my probiotics. अगर ठीक नहीं होता है तो कोई बुरा side effect नहीं होता है.
Thank you. And I truly agree with Shri. I think mentorship is something that all of us have access to today, especially to the TiE students who are there and the associate members. TiE is a brilliant network and has tons of mentors available. So whoever's starting up, facing difficulties, or even successfully scaling up, I think it's always good to go and find yourself a couple of mentors, because they're busy people, so they may not always have the time for you. And ask them periodically, update them on what's happening with you, and ask them for advice. And I'm sure all the TiE Charter members here are more than happy to share their insights and their time, or connect you right with other people who have that insights that you will need, whether it's connections for your work, whether it's advice on what to do with your working capital needs, or how do I go global, how do I deal with my people issues, because people issues are a big thing in today's world. Do reach out to mentors. You've got two brilliant mentors here, Chayaa and Shri, and then all of the lovely TiE Mysuru people here, and you've got Bangalore. So please reach out at any point in time and get your mentorship in play. Chayaa, the same sort of question for you. I do know that you mentioned that you've had challenges, in your scale up of Nectar Fresh. And eventually tasted success, sweet honeyed success. What do you remember, any challenging times that you've had, and would you like to share how you resolved that?
Well, with Nectar Fresh, I could overcome all challenges which I faced without much difficulty, but now a particular challenge I faced the past 1 year. I would want to just speak about that maybe with a few words, and how I overcame it. Actually, with the new venture, Naman could be the first venture or first social enterprise in Atmanirbhar Bharat during the COVID first wave. Since as social entrepreneurs we work considering the tribals and the rural folk, we thought we will take our journey to the next level by supporting many more. So with an intention to support around 4,000 plus artisans with their handcrafted products, so that they would remain the places where they are in the rural villages, and still they can be empowered. What me and my husband did, we built one of the big outlets for tribal and rural artisan products. We took a loan of around 2 CR during the first wave, COVID wave, when the whole world, we had a lockdown. And I'm very thankful to the bank to backed us, because somehow we have not been a part of the investors. They've all been coming to us since the past 7 years, but we are very happy going the way we are doing. Reason being, we are very clear with our vision of social entrepreneurship and how we need to scale it up. So we did keep our deadline. We kept it within 1.5 years. We created this small space, and before the launch, we planned our launch. We had people from across the globe, because of the goodwill of Nectar Fresh, asking us about Naman, whether it has started our work with it. But we had a major issue coming up with a politician, and I did try my best. It went to the PMO intervened, and so many issues cropped up. Nitin Gadkari ji was in touch, and all that was happening. But later I realized, however the center intervened, when a person out here would end up giving a different picture of the whole thing, I could not repeatedly keep telling them and explaining what the fact was, and what they had listened to was not a fact. Then for literally 1 month, I almost gave up. It was very heartbreaking for me, because I started it during the first COVID wave when, like I said, every business was in trouble. Then I thought, this is not the way I am. I need to do something about it. Then recently, when I was really honored to be part of the Women Empower G20 event in Agra, I said to Smriti ji, you are coming down. I'm going to inaugurate this venture of mine within 2 months, and I have planned what it is going to be like. I decided I'll go with the franchisee model. Why? Because I decided that since it was completely camouflaged, my place, I had an exit and entry issue. I thought that's fine now. Okay, I've tried my best. Now let me not think negatively about anyone. Let my positive thoughts give me the energy to take forward my business. So already I've had 7-8 franchisee requests. I was really happy to say that Naman's first franchisee might go to New York. It is such a humbling feeling for me that people have come forward, and I'm very, very particular on the quality of the product that we are going to choose for Naman. We have handpicked around 3,000 products, so that was a very, very big challenge, because we were paying a very high interest rate every month. It was a bank loan taken, but like I said, I have now all those low phases I have had, I've overcome it, and now we are planning all set for Naman's launch.
Good luck, and I'm sure it will be very, very successful.
Thank you.
I have a question now for the both of you. I know we're running a little late on schedule, so just to manage expectations, there's only going to be a couple more questions, and then I'll probably open it up for you all to ask one question each. One lucky person gets to ask. And then we can move on to the next one. Shri, what do you do for fun? As entrepreneurs, we all need to let our hair down. We all need to take care of ourselves. What do you do for fun?
Well, for the audience, I read books. And if you all are friends out there, which are going to not record this and keep it to only ourselves, I have loads of things. I'm an outdoor person, and right from skydiving to deep sea diving, I'm one of those people who enjoys nature. But yes, Canada had given me a lot. I stayed in Canada for about 16 years, so I had lots of opportunities there. Again, coming back from the same mindset, when you get opportunities, don't leave it. I went, in fact, for skydiving, if I had stayed another 6 months, I think I could have become the instructor. So that level I did. Do a lot of volunteering, especially mentoring for women in STEM. That is something very close to my heart. So that might be the fun that I do in India, but you leave me outside the country, you don't know what I will end up in.
Nice. What about you, Chayaa? What do you do for fun?
I love cooking.
Okay.
That's a passion with me. I love gardening too. That helps me de-stress. And I'm also part of a lot of social activities which I've been part of since the past 2 decades, which I'm very deeply involved, and I truly enjoy doing that. And I mentor a lot of women entrepreneurs from rural India, especially self-help groups. Enormous satisfaction.
Chayaa, the question is, what do you do for fun?
That is what I do. That is what I do currently.
Cameras are off. You can now tell us what you do for fun.
In fact, my cooking is a part that I do for fun. Other than that, this is what I do when I need to de-stress myself.
You don't believe it when you call us home.
Yeah, you can.
What is the best compliment you've ever received?
Exactly.
What do you want to be remembered for? This is a more serious question because you're doing some very inspiring work. You're doing it quite successfully, and I do know you mentioned that you've got miles to go, right? What do you want to be remembered for?
A good human being.
Oh wow! I think that deserves a big round of applause. Shri, question for you is: if you had to go back to your 25-year-old self, just maybe like 2 years ago, what advice would you give yourself?
Couple of them. First being, Shri, you might have passion, but passion without wisdom is no good. Second one, you love to go and just do things, but slow down. That will help you a lot achieve more.
One word that if you had to give, or one characteristic that you had to gift every entrepreneur here, a characteristic, what would it be?
Assistance.
Fantastic. I think that's a great one. Chayaa, what is the one characteristic that you think every successful entrepreneur, and you were a fairy godmother and you could give it to them, what would you give them?
I would say abundance of patience. Nothing comes on a platter, and I've personally seen it myself.
Yeah, I think patience and persistence are two sides of the same coin, and that is a great lesson for all of us to learn. For me, certainly, I do know that when I had my first exit and I was free to do what I want, and I took a year off. I took a year off and said, I don't know what I wanted to spend time with my children. And that's when I actually realized, you said you were a simple housewife. I said, there's nothing simple about being a housewife. I had 2 young boys. It took me exactly 12 months to admit defeat. And I said, I'm going to go back and run a business. It's a lot easier than managing 2 children at home and being a housewife. So I think patience and persistence definitely in everything that you do in life, but definitely if you're running a business, I think that should be the 2 things, right, along with focus. From my end, I think focus is also something that we really need to have in running a business. 2 things. Thank you for the 2 jewels that you shared with everybody here. Open house now for anybody who has a question for Shri or Chayaa. Apart from where is the dinner in Chaya's house? Anyone? Yes.
How do you all deal with the stress of being entrepreneurs and managing all these problems you face day to day? Hello, I just wanted to say, how do you all deal with the stress of being an entrepreneur, the daily problems and the struggles that you're talking about?
So if I can, Chayaji will take the question and make it a little bit more humorous. So as much as entrepreneurship is gender neutral, let me tell you, it doesn't matter whether you are a man or a woman, you have to deal with things. There's nothing easy for a woman or a man. With women, there are something added to it. We have to make the morning coffee and we also have to worry about the evening Mysuru. And in between, you have to have the tithis and the festivals and the birthdays and all the other things. So where is the time for stress, sir? We just keep focusing on getting things done. That's all we do. And in between all these things, entrepreneurship also comes along with it. So for us, I think so, and that's why I don't advocate at all for any reservation for women. No, not at all. Everything same, we want it to be respected and we get our due. But yes, if you have some pointers, or if mentors when they give you some pointers, since we are always on a time break, literally to do an entrepreneurship, than actually doing entrepreneurship and taking the rest of the things on time break, I think we take mentors very seriously. If somebody tells me don't do this, I don't think. I said if I have to believe this guy or this lady who is telling me, there must be a reason. So I think with women that is another thing. Second thing, women, and I quote myself this again and again, women are very, very tough mentally. Mind you, a woman farmer never commits suicide. It's the men who do it because they are told to take care of things. A woman takes the family forward if something wrong happens in the family. Third thing, we take pride in doing multitasking, which is the worst thing we do. Because then everything comes on our heads. So these are the three things I think so which doesn't allow us to get stressful on work at least.
Thank you, Shri Chayaa, from you. Any other insights? I think the subtle overtone to that is, how do you as women balance the stresses at home and work?
In fact, you had a hearty laugh when I said that for me, my social activities, it is sort of, what do you do for fun? You asked me, but to be honest, these activities actually de-stresses me. I do get extremely stressed, especially when you have to maintain consistent standards, when you have to cater to the international markets, and if we work with the unorganized sector. So the challenges are plenty, but to de-stress, I am into numerous social activities that I'm passionate about and that truly de-stresses me.
Love was with you, not about you. But yes, completely understand. I think that's a great, sharing other people's burdens is a great way to de-stress your own burdens, I think, is what Chayaa has mentioned. Thanks, Chayaa.
Pleasure.
One more question from the audience. Students wanting to start off. Yes, please.
Good evening. Just want to ask, as I understood from Chayaa, you and your husband being together in the entrepreneurship this evening with the topic or title of the Rise of WomenPreneurs, how you really took the lead, or was it hand in hand walking together? I just wanted to know more about it. Was it a challenge or really
Actually, when I initially started, he was into a different field. He was into retail. I launched Nectar Fresh by myself, and as the brand grew, he was also very keen to get into the space of social entrepreneurship. Once he decided, we have literally different responsibilities in the organization, so that he capitalizes his strength, I do with mine. I take care of the marketing and the admin part of it, and he takes care of the production. And it has been really very, I'll tell you, productive too, because we could diversify it now to more than 20 products, and then now with Naman it should be around 3,000 handcrafted products. This happened because we have our own space, and I don't get into what he does. I do give him suggestions, and eventually it will be his call when it comes to production, and when it comes to sales and marketing and the admin part, I take a call there. That's how we could have an understanding working together. Thank you.
More of kind delegation of roles, ma'am.
Come again.
More of kind delegation of roles.
I didn't get you. Delegation of
Roles.
yes. It's about delegation of roles. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, Madam Kishan here. One question. Since we have plenty of student members here, being an entrepreneur, how do you retain the talent in your organization?
Talent in organization is, at least I have learned, and I come from deep tech, health sciences or whatever you can say. The reason I started my business in Bangalore, and the reason to move to Mysuru was not money or less working capital. That was of course one part, but the reason to come back to Mysuru was because of the good universities and colleges and the HR that you could get. So obviously we never paid salaries of what Bangalore people could get. Yeah, we are much lesser than that. But if you have enough of innovation going on, at least in my case that was what it was, if you had enough innovation going on and if you had enough of people getting motivated on that innovation, I never found any difficulty in retaining any talent. In fact, I think so, two of my this one in this new venture which we have, two of the people are here also. But I just can tell you that at least in Mysuru I did not find. Plus, second thing, women. Women, when they get married, they end up getting stuck in one place. Stuck, or you say, that is the priority they choose. Nobody gets stuck. It is the priority that they choose. And for that matter, Mysuru has been one of the best places to be. Somebody got married from Bangalore, came to Mysuru, settled down here. I wouldn't have found something better than that. So it is it's not just money, it is for hiring people and grooming them and keeping them. It was more on something called NLP that you can actually take advantage of. When you take care of them, they take care of you. I've been blessed with beautiful teams.
Actually, prior to COVID, we had issues of retaining our team because they would take experience here and most of them would want to move to metropolitan cities because they always felt opportunities were better there. But post-COVID, it has come to our advantage that some of the best people are coming to places like Mysuru. And currently, to be honest, I feel we have one of the best team right now and we can dream really big, and it's been 3 to 4 years and they personally tell me why they feel that they should be at Nectar Fresh. Maybe some of them say it could be a lifetime association. I don't know what sort of decision they might take in future, but for now they say that it is because of the environment the organization has created, and I think that's a positive side that we see to now.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with them. I think culture really is what keeps people with you, and the culture that you as the owner or the leader of the business start on top that trickles down to the bottom is really what keeps people there. When we ran our business in the UK, we had a dev center in India and I had only about 100 developers. And I was competing with, say, Intent, Infosys and the like for top talent. I probably paid as much as them, not more, but nobody left. We had the lowest turnover rates in the industry and people kept asking, how do you manage it? And it's because our culture was so strong. Everybody was treated as an independent thinking adult, right? They're not needs, but their career objectives is what we focused on as a company. We made sure that they and their families were covered by insurance. We made sure that they had decent work conditions. You'd be quite surprised at how many companies in India don't provide good working conditions, right? Be human as an employer. Allow them, humanity in return. And I think that's more than enough to keep people in employment with you.
We also have provided accommodation. During COVID, we also saw to it that we built good homes for them within the premises. So we have at least 30 people who can stay inside. So that also became an advantage to us.
Yes. And I think when people want to leave, you should let them leave. if they're able to get a better opportunity that your company doesn't provide, it's perfectly okay. You can't keep them there. Be happy to let them go to a better opportunity for themselves. You'll find you'll get somebody better in return, you know. So that's culture, as both the women said, I think keeps people there. We're at 8:10. Are we good to wrap up? Thank you very much for your time. Thank you, Chayaa, and thank you for sharing your lovely career highlights and your tips. And great to see you both in person.
May I request Sudanva sir, Ajit, Sabreshan and Dr. Mahesh sir to come on the dais to felicit the speakers.
TiE Mysuru to have one panel here. Now, I'm here to just give you the updates on TiE University program being organized at the global level. And we from TiE Mysuru chapter is hosting the Pitch Fest for the student entrepreneurs across the Karnataka zone here. To give you the updates, TiE Mysuru is the only chapter which is hosting the TiE Pitch Fest. Presently, totally we have received 85 plus applications from the student entrepreneurs across Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. To begin with, out of 85, the TiE Mysuru University program has shortlisted 20 members into the top 20 teams into the semi-final, and we are having that semi-finals on 27th of this month. So in this regard, already the charter members and associate members are helping the entire team to conduct and to coordinate and mentor the entire top 20 teams. Now, I, on behalf of TiE University platform, along with Mr. Shivshankar from SJC Step, reposting a request to you, all of you, to support us in participating in the TiE University program as jury members, as well as to handle the sessions or moderate the students if you people are free. We will be posting the the request letter through the charter member group and associate member group in the WhatsApp, and we request you to kindly look at your schedule and make sure your availability is useful for the benefit of students. And to go with the participants or the students wherein we have shortlisted, the top 20 team also includes participants from Telangana, Belagaum, Dharwad, Hubli, as well as from Bangalore and Mysuru. So this is a great gesture from TiE Mysuru, who has extended the support for the entire student community. Looking forward for all your support, and 27th is the semi-final round. We are looking forward to conduct it virtually, and 30th is the final wherein we are conducting it offline. So we expect the audience to support the student entrepreneurs and give some valuable suggestions so that we can look forward for some more women entrepreneurs just like Chayaa Madam and Shrilakshmi Madam thereafter as well. Thank you so much, and thank you.
Thank you, Kishan, and all the best for your TiE Pitch Fest. May I request Adarsh to come forward and tell about the registration of TiECon?
So this is the TiECon registration page. We didn't get the time to go through it because of the technical snag. It should happen because that's how good things happen, because there should be a roadblock at the start. So this is the main page, and once you go to the website, there is a registration link. If you can see here above the register button, there is free and a fee of 2,000 rupees. This is the common landing page that you go to, either you are a member or a not member of TiE. once you click on register and if you hit your email ID registered with TiE, you can check with the ED Mahesh in case you would like to have understanding of what is your official TiE mail ID. We've mapped it to your membership account so that the amount gets deducted, right? So you can try it with your email ID, and in case you face any challenge in the fee not being waived, you can please reach out to Mahesh. ED will be responsible to help you understand for both AMs and CMs and student members. On entering your official mail ID, the entry fee will be waived off. So this is the common page. Request you all to try it. We've already shared the registration link on the WhatsApp groups as well, and you will all be receiving an email as well. So hope to see all of you register, and ma'am, also everybody from the TiE Bangalore chapter and beyond. So please bring your special invitees as well. And in case there are any invitees you would like to check with, you can please again reach out to ED, where we can add them to a special list and go outside of the RSVP as well. So thank you everyone. Looking forward to seeing you all at TiE.
Thank you, Adarsh. May I request Vidya to give the vote of thanks?
Gentlemen, so we are reaching the end of today's powerful session. So I would like to mention that we are the beautiful creatures. We are the creatures who have ability to multiply things and give it back to you. So as ma'am said, she is still studying and giving it back to us in the form of mentorship, in the form of the knowledge sharing. And also we have three beautiful ladies today who are speakers. Ms. Vanita Chaudhary, Ms. Chayaa Nanjappa, and Dr. Shrilakshmi Desiraju. I would like to thank you all for joining today as speakers and sharing us your journey and giving the lot of intakes, wonderful intakes, and making this event a powerful event. And on behalf of TiE Mysuru, I extend my gratitude and thank Mr. Sudhanva Dhananjay, President of TiE Mysuru, for his immense support for this International Women's Day celebration program. I also thank all the charter members, associate members, and student members for their extended support for the day. I thank Prajakta for anchoring today's event, and moderator Smita Mani Pati for asking all the questions which we also had inside our heart and we never found time to ask them directly. Thank you for your wonderful moderation, and I thank Varsha, Lajja, Dipali for introducing the speakers, and our Executive Director, Mr. Mahesh Katale. Thank you for giving us this opportunity to introduce the speakers and also for me to deliver this vote of thanks today, and for all his priceless efforts for making each event successful. Thanks to Oyster Bay for the venue support. Last but not the least, team Inside Out, Adarsh and team always supporting us for making all the events successfully. And finally, I end this vote of thanks with a quote: every woman's success should be an inspiration to another, and we are strongest when we are cheering up each other's success. And lastly, let us all meet in the next event and also prepare for the TiECon 2023 and support, contribute, and join all the already as it is mentioned by Mr. Nagaraj and Mr. Mahesh. So support us to make this a successful event. And now it's time for joining for our favorite part of networking. So let's join there, enjoy your cocktail networking dinner, and have a super cool evening.